Good people on the quest for good content. What is good? Welcome to another installment of Song of the Week. You got three of us today, the Cerberus of fucking YouTube content. Look at us. I'm here, Bill Farrow, obviously, Jordan Bell, David Grunfeld, fellas. How we doing? How we feeling? Jordan's throwing a football, so you know what time it is. So we'll start with him. Jordan, what's up?
Yo, I'm good, man. All is well in the DMV. I just got back from New York, actually. I was in New York City for a wedding the other day, which was dope. Shouts out to Megan, and Taylor is her husband. I've only met him once, but
A shout out to them.
everything's good. But shout out to them, bro. No, everything's good. Actually, so on the topic of music, so last night, get back from New York around 5 o'clock, do the normal, and I go for one of my legendary walks. And I'm walking around the Silver Spring neighborhood, and it is the Silver Spring Jazz Festival last night going on. So I didn't know that was happening, so I stop over, and like, there's a crowd, man. There's like 8,000 people in this just like pavilion area that they have over in Silver Spring. So I'm like, all right, let me check this out. Let me see what's happening. And the band performing last night was the Preservation Hall Jazz Band, which is like a New Orleans style jazz band. Are you guys familiar?
I am familiar.
Ooh, bro.
Yes.
They were dope.
Yes.
They were fantastic. So I
Very
wasn't
dope.
hip. I hit up my mom and was like, yo, like, is this worth staying for at least 30 minutes? And she was like, absolutely. Like, they're amazing.
Yeah.
So I stayed and kicked it for a good 30, 45 minutes and watched this band absolutely crush it at the Silver Spring Jazz Festival. They did a rendition of When the Saints Go Marching In. Yo, the trumpet player made that thing sing, yo. Like, it was it was beautiful. And I love jazz crowds because they're such like quirky groups of people, right? So like, I love like really enthusiastic jazz fans. I'm standing next to this dude, middle-aged white dude, and he's ripping it. He's just having an absolute blast. And right at the end of one of the songs, I kind of look at him and was like, bro, they're pretty good, man. He was like, I would have paid hundreds of dollars to see these guys, and we get to see them for free. So
Nice.
that's not my song of the week, but that's just kind of what happened to me yesterday, and I felt like it was of note. The Preservation Hall Jazz Band out of New Orleans. Shouts out to them, man. They put on a hell of a show last night.
That's epic. That's epic. Passion and love for music
Yeah.
is always amazing to see on display. It also does not surprise me that your mother is well tuned to the Preservation Hall, knowing
Yeah.
she's a prolific jazz fan and
They're big jazz
connoisseur.
fans.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's awesome, man. That's super cool. Shout out to Silver Spring, Maryland for
That's
throwing
right.
down on the jazz front. That's super cool.
That's right. What about you guys? What have you guys been up to?
I'm good, bro. Everything's good. I also saw some music last night
Okay.
with my wife. Very different vibe, and that experience is going to lead to my song of the week. So I'll just carry us from intros right on into my song of the
Yeah, hit
week,
it.
because last night my wife and I went to the world famous historical venue of the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. And we got to see a very different vibe, Jordan, than probably what you were doing at the Jazz Festival. We saw Oasis as a part of their 25-year global reunion tour. And for those who are not plugged in or not aware, Oasis was a huge deal, and from the UK, really big deal in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And they're fronted by two brothers, Liam and Noel Gallagher, who are characters, I would say, is a very nice way of putting it. They famously or infamously have fought with each other and lots of other people over the course of decades at this point. So the fact that this tour happened in the first place was like global news for Oasis fans and fans of the this type of music. So when it got announced, my wife is a big Oasis fan. We got tickets almost immediately when they went on sale in the US. So it was kind of an experience where music is incredible, right? Like, Jordan, everything from, I think, your story of literally just walking down the street and stumbling into something cool versus this, which was kind of the other end of the spectrum, which is like, we've had these tickets for a year. We're incredibly excited. it's a huge event. There's going to be, there must have been close to 100,000 people at this show last night. I mean, it was like the entire Rose Bowl was like shoulder to shoulder, jam packed. The entire floor where the football field normally is completely filled with people. And it was just such a fun, incredible live music experience. And like, kind of like I've talked about in previous songs of the week, after I saw Anderson .Paak, for example, at the Hollywood Bowl, after Bill and I saw T-Pain at the Hollywood Bowl for his Juneteenth concert, this was one of those types of experiences where it's like you get reminded of the power of like not only great music, but music that is designed and built for that environment, where it's like arena rock, not like Queen, not like Led Zeppelin, not that type of arena rock, but music that's designed for like tens of thousands of people to shout it together, right? Like that type of music. And it was just an incredible experience. And I'm not like a diehard Oasis fan. Like I said, my wife is a bigger fan than I am, but this experience got me more into their catalog leading into the show and then having a deeper appreciation for their music after the show. So all that to say, my song of the week, I could have picked a bunch that they did last night, but the one that really stood out to me is Don't Look Back in Anger, which is one of Oasis's bigger, more popular songs. I think it was their third finale, Wonderwall, which is everyone's heard that song at some point, and Champagne Supernova they closed with. But Don't Look Back in Anger is a song, it's a little bit different. It's Liam Gallagher is normally the lead singer on a lot of their rock songs. This is Noel Gallagher singing a song he wrote, and it still has that quality that I just talked about, which is like built for the arena full of people to sing the chorus together. And it was epic to hear that last night, but it has kind of a softness to it. And the song is kind of about exactly what the title says. It's like this former love interest of his kind of telling him facetiously as he walks by not to look back in anger. And it's like, he's already on to the next thing. He's already on to the other things that the world has to offer him, even though there's always going to be this twinge of sadness and moment that he had with this person. And it's like this 4-minute rock and roll song that captures a lot of emotions and does the incredible thing of translating from being amazing to listen to in your headphones all the way to the full arena singing it together. So great song and really great experience, despite the several hours it took to get out there and park and get in. But once we were into the venue, it was really, really special, super fun. So Don't Look Back in Anger, Oasis, my song of the week this week.
Wow.
100,000.
Great pick.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. I actually haven't seen like an official number on it, but it was packed, and it was a big deal for people. Tons of British people, tons of Irish people.
Yeah.
It was, the three of us are slightly too young for like Oasis's like true heyday, which was like late 90s. We were still kind of kids, I would say. But for people who are a little bit older than us, 5-10 years older than us, Oasis is like a huge nostalgic touch point for people, I think. And it felt like that. Like the show felt like that. There were people like arms wide, just like belting, top of their lungs, like really like in it in a way that you only really get with certain, bands or artists, I think.
That's what it should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It was awesome.
I am. Cool.
All right.
Nice,
Yeah,
Dave. I'm glad y'all had
Bill,
fun.
yeah. Bill, what do you
Thanks.
got? What's your song?
I'm going to go with SiR, The Evils.
Ooh.
One of TDE's finest.
Yep.
Great song.
Why do I like this song so much? Bass guitar kind of punctures the beat. Bass guitar acts as like another set of drums, which I think is really captivating. So it's like this commingling of deeper percussion and obviously the syncopation of the drum pattern. It's like a traditional boom bap adjacent drum pattern, which feels obviously very much of the school of TDE. And there's this like translucent almost piano that just kind of weaves in and out noticeably in the mix, which I think adds a nice softness. And then you combine it with the Billy Boyo One Spliff a Day sample, which for those of you who don't know that song, Billy Boyo, Boyo, go check it out just so you can understand the context. But the whole song is just easy listening, right? The first line is "Tell me who that nigga if it ain't me," which is like, okay, so we're already in the necessary bravado you need to be in. And the hook and the bridge into the hook, it's all just kind of super soaked in this kind of lazy, hazy, ultra confident, slick bravado that's very much hip hop adjacent, but carves itself out and it very much branches off of like that neo soul space. And SiR's just got great vocals. I like that album. That's off his debut album. And he's a very talented artist who's obviously seen a lot of success since joining TDE and coming a little bit more into the forefront. SiR, The Evils. I like that song a lot. It always finds its way back into my earbuds. It will continue to do so. So yeah, that's my song of the week.
Another good one.
Yeah,
I like
great
SiR a
choice.
lot too.
Me too.
Yeah, SiR's a lot of
Me too.
fun.
TDE, man.
Yeah, man.
TDE.
Nope.
There's something in the water over there. They know
right.
how to develop artists. They really do.
Pretty
Nah,
good,
for
pretty
sure.
good run, basically
Yeah.
throughout the 2010s. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
nah.
I think, is SiR, Bill, what generation of TDE artists would you classify SiR as?
I'd probably put him in 2, like late 2. So if one
Late second generation?
if 1
Yeah.
is Black Hippie, 2 is, I mean, she was there, but she wasn't, putting things out as frequently. 2 is like Isaiah Rashad, SZA, and then SiR, Skywalker. And then generation 3/late 2 is like Reason. He feels more late 2. And then the current with like Rayvon, Doechii, that's being like generation 3 for me.
That's a run. Like you
Yeah.
said,
Good.
that's a
Not-
really strong run.
Not a lot of misses in there.
Yeah.
Not a lot of misses, and it's easy to just say generation 1 Black Hippie, but like Black Hippie is comprised of some real, I mean, Kendrick obviously, but Schoolboy and Absol and those guys are no slouches in their own respects.
And they were together
really
for a
talented
decade,
people.
just sleeping on couches together, living together under Top Dog's
Yep.
roof, just developing the
Yep.
skills. So the fact that they
And
can
as
obviously home
Kendrick-
grow it, but also grab other people from other places,
Right.
pretty cool.
That's a really good point. That's kind of like a to use our to loop in our hit cycle brains as we always do. I think that's the equivalent, kind of like my Dodgers have been able to do, God bless us, for the last decade or so, which is like have a great farm system and go make free agent signings, right, and trades where it's like you can develop talent in different ways. That's a sign of a really high level organization, I think, generally speaking.
Listen, we don't come on this podcast to brag about how much better your sports teams are than ours.
We already covered the Rams Browns earlier pre-show, so I had to get one more LA sports shout out. But
yeah, of course you did.
Great pick, Bill. Really strong pick. Great song, great artist.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. So I went in a different direction. Like I said, last night I ended up at this presentation hall jazz concert, but that is not my song of the week, actually. I have been listening to a lot from this band called Planet Giza, and band's probably the wrong word. They're a hip-hop trio from Canada. Are you familiar, Bill?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, okay. I thought maybe... Of course, I couldn't get one past Bill. I thought maybe I had one. Yo, I love these dudes. So they're a hip-hop trio from Montreal. The 3 guys are a guy named Stone, who's like, they kind of call him the front man. He's like the lead singer/rapper. And then I believe the other 2 guys are mostly just producers, Ramy B and Doom X. And they dropped this album called Don't Throw Rocks at the Moon in 2021. And they've got this song on there called Start Over. It's just, man, it's a banger. Like, the instrumentals go crazy. Like, there's a real dope kind of bass line that grooves throughout the entire song. But, like, most importantly, at least for me, Stone, the lead singer, he's groovy. Like, he's got a groovy flow to him, and he kind of just, like, weaves in and out of the beat throughout the entirety of the song. And it goes crazy, bro. I'm a big fan of that entire album, Don't Throw Rocks at the Moon. So, again, another, like, kind of artist highlight / song of the week. Check out Planet Giza if you haven't already. And my favorite song off of their project, Don't Throw Rocks at the Moon, is Start Over.
See, I'm not familiar. Now I get to be a part of our audience. I get to go check out some new music and get blown away. That's what I'm talking about. Montreal rap, baby.
Hell yeah.
It's everywhere. This hip hop shit. It's everywhere.
Bill, how'd you stumble upon them?
Just kind of always keeping my ears up.
Yeah.
I think I came across them probably right around COVID. So, it's just like, well, let me do my due diligence and make sure I'm helping to be a curator / contributor to this hip hop thing, see who sounds different than me. And I actually don't have a distinct memory about them. I just know that I saw them and I went, oh, okay, let me see what they got.
Yeah.
My favorite project by them is their 2023 one. Let me check my phone right quick. Ready When You Are, 2023. Yeah, that's my favorite one by them.
Okay, I haven't checked that one out yet. I got really lost into Don't Throw Rocks at the Moon. But yeah, I see that. Yeah, Ready When You Are. And then they dropped an album in 2019 that apparently people really liked called Added Sugar.
Mhm.
I haven't gotten into that one yet either. So I got a little homework to do, but I did really enjoy Don't Throw Rocks at the Moon. That's a really good album.
How do you
Go
how do
ahead.
you spell Planet Giza?
Planet, obviously normal, and then Giza is Giza.
Giza with
Not
an
to be
I.
confused with Jizza. I was gonna say not to be confused with Jizza. We got to get an
Yeah.
eye in there. Beautiful, awesome, Jordan. Great pick,
Yeah.
man. I'm excited to check it out. I'm excited to.
Look at us scouring the
hear some new
cosmos
music.
and coming up with different picks all the time.
That's what we do,
Scouring.
people. We're here for you. You know, we're just out here scraping the musical landscape to deliver the goods for the good people. That's what we're here for.
Amen to that. Fellas, anything else before we get out of here?
Nope. Go listen to our suggestions. Go
got.
support the artists. And if you spread it around, maybe they'll like our content and we can interview them. So that would be pretty cool. So just help us
Yes.
out.
It's happened a few times now, by the way,
That's right.
folks. We're
That's right.
stacking artist interviews.
Mhm.
We're getting some great feedback, not only from you, but from the people that we're working with. So like Bill just said, like it, share it, subscribe to our stuff, join our Patreon, sing it from the mountaintops, let the people know what's going on here, because we have so much fun doing it. So we want to just keep on keeping on. We appreciate your support.
Amen to that. I think it's time to get out of here. I'm Jordan for David and Bill. This is Song of the Week. We're out of here. Peace.